What is up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Retro-Spective, where we got to do a little bit of housekeeping first. Charlie is on sabbatical at the moment, and he might return at some point. He might not, but we shall have to see. So today we've got Jake filling in for Charlie. He might be the new Phil. We don't know. Depends if Jake even likes talking about films. But
I hate films.
Oh, damn. Sorry, Jake. But today we are looking at the 2006 film Over the Hedge by DreamWorks. Take it away, Jake. Tell me what you thought.
First impressions, not great, honestly. When I first loaded it up, I don't know, like the animation. Obviously, I know it was in 2006. It wasn't like huge for the time, but the film for itself, the opening scene, like with the vending machine thing, I thought that dragged on. I know it was only like to set up the whole.
It did.
Like the reflection, like for Vinny the bear, but fuck, that went on way too long.
In it, like he simply just could have taken a couple of chip bags and then come back in a day or two and got some more chip bags, but no, motherfucker had to be greedy as shit.
I know. Oh, also, what annoyed me is I'm fairly sure that Vinny's hibernating. Not entirely sure. Doesn't really specify, but I'm fairly sure he is. I quickly Googled it, and bears hibernate for up to 8 months. How's that food lasted that long? I know it's not that deep, and I know I shouldn't care that much.
The MSG, man, the MSG. Well, I'll tell you something that might even annoy you even more.
Yeah,
so, most of the animals in Over the Hedge weren't animals that actually hibernate.
Yeah. I don't know why I never thought about that, but yeah.
So I don't know if that was done for marketing purposes or something, but maybe because
probably.
They were cute and shit. But yeah, I mean, seeing the DreamWorks logo appear for me, I was like, God damn, I'm in for a good ride for me at least. Like I enjoyed Over the Hedge. It's nothing special in terms of like animation movies. It was a completely fine animation movie for me. It'd be like the mid-6s, something like that, probably maybe early 7s. Like, it's fine. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. I could quite happily sit and watch an hour 23 of that again and not be too fussed. Now, it isn't no How to Train Your Dragon, but there's a whole near 4 points ahead for How to Train Your Dragon. I'd go above 10 if I could, but
see, that's why I only gave Over the Hedge. I only gave it like a 5 or a 6. I'll settle at a 5.5. For me, like it was much better as a kid. Watching it now, like I don't know, I just didn't get that same like enjoyment out of it. Whether or not that's just because like we've grown up and we've kind of we now we take films apart for our own amusement.
For our own entertainment. Now we pick at those films that were, Hammy being an absolute lunatic. Now I found him quite annoying, but there is this like juxtaposition of there is adult jokes within this, which I probably wouldn't have got as a kid, but it's a film that's fine for all ages to watch, but it's nothing that's going to like, there are as many other animation films that I would rather stick on than this, but this is also a completely fine filler. Like if someone just wanted to put like if I went to someone's house and they were like, we're just going to watch Over the Hedge, I'm not going to be like, oh, fucking great, I have time to look at my phone for like an hour and a half. Like I'd be like, cool, Over the Hedge is on.
Yeah, I can agree to that. I thought some of the earlier, I guess, adult references took me a bit by surprise. Like very early on, obviously, the bear talks about killing RJ, like straight up, just like eat him. That was a bit like
man's gonna gobble you.
Yeah, I thought it was weird considering it is like I guess classed as a kids movie. Like the mention of murder,
straight up, not even 5 minutes in.
Like, damn, that was crazy. But yeah, then watching him, dive in bins in a panic as soon as he leaves the cave, that made me laugh a bit. So it's like full of those, cringy old stereotypes of like, oh, RJ saying, oh, this is going to be a really bad idea, trying to go back for them Pringles or whatever they were, but I'm going to do it anyway. Wham wham.
Woohoo! Like, I don't know why he didn't check the bins at the first place. Like there was some stuff in there. Like he's a raccoon at the end of the day, I don't think.
And they did it later in the movie.
Yeah, like he would have probably just been fine. But
exactly.
You know, the cast for this was stacked. We had like Bruce Willis on RG. We had Steve Carell on Hammy. We have Nick Nolte as Vincent. You might not recognise the name much, but he's been in things. You know, we had Thomas Hayden Church, who was in the George of the Jungle film, if you remember that.
Yeah, that was, I actually wrote down, was fantastic casting.
Yep.
I love him. He's great.
Eugene Levy from The Cheaper by the Dozen and The American Pie, and then Schitt's Creek, in which his wife from Schitt's Creek, who played Penny in this film, Catherine O'Hara, was in it. And then we had Avril fucking Lavigne. Like, I had no idea about that as a kid. Avril fucking Lavigne.
Yeah, that one took me by surprise as well. But obviously, you mentioned like not knowing as a kid. As a kid, did you really know who any of these celebrities were? Like,
Steve Carell's voice, I definitely knew. Same with Lou's, because his voice was like that was around the time I was watching Cheaper by the Dozen and like American Pie. So just his voice, I recognised, and then if I saw on the cover of the thing or a trailer Bruce Willis, I would have known who that is. But that's probably the extent of it, other than Avril Lavigne. But I really didn't know that Avril Lavigne was in this film, so that took me by a shock surprise. But
one of I noted down just a random thought going back to what we said about the bins earlier. About 30 minutes in, I was just thinking to myself, like, if food is so accessible when they first go through the hedge, if food is so accessible to them, why does he need the rest of them to get it?
I know. Yeah, I thought that as well. I was like, he could have literally just like not done that and just gone and scavenged tons of stuff. Maybe it was like for the manpower, or maybe it was just something to like tie the plot points together, things like that. But he definitely probably could have done it by his wands for the 1 week.
Like, he makes up some random excuse that he needs like collectors or whatever he calls them because they, you know, collected the food for the log or whatever, and he makes some lame excuse. It's just like, oh, you guys are good at collecting food, so I could use that, and I will just use my brain to tell you where it is. But then he goes along anyway. It really irritated me.
I know, it's like RG weirdly was one of the, like, if he wasn't in it, I would have probably enjoyed the film a lot more. But I think that's just like when it gets to the nitpicking of like thinking about it in a seriousness, like it is just a kids animated film at the end of the day.
Oh yeah, well that's what we're here for. We're here to.
But are we though? Fuck over the hedge.
To rip apart this kids movie.
Because some like just as you might not know, but for future anyway, like you can look up and do some research about the films and find like goofs or, you know, things that you didn't know. Like that's something that you can also look up if you want. If not, I always do it as well. Like, did you know that turtles can actually not be separated from their shells and they're fused at the spine? So he couldn't have got out of his shell. But it always makes me laugh seeing this cute little green bum.
That I'm not gonna lie.
When he's bent over on the road,
it was funny, but it was disgusting.
But I didn't know, which came from research at least, that I didn't know that this movie was actually based on a comic strip called Over the Hedge.
Nope, I didn't know that either.
Yeah.
I put literally no research into this other than occasionally finding out what an actor's name was.
No.
It's fine.
That's absolutely fine. That's all good. I also found out that it took a crew of 237 people more than 3 years to finish this film.
3 years?
Yeah,
to
3 years. Yeah.
Yikes.
But above that note, it's just in capitals, Avril Lavigne. But
yeah, gotta make sure.
Like, why was there not one of her songs in it? Like, So should have had one of her songs in.
I don't know. Was she? I don't know the timeline of Avril Lavigne's success. Was she like a big success in 2006?
I am 100% sure that she was around that time. I'm fairly sure Skater Boy and all that type of stuff had come out.
Oh, okay. If they were already out, then yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Skater Boy came out in, I think, 2002-ish. Prior to that, anyway.
Okay, yeah.
She was on her third album by 2007.
Never mind. Yep. Never mind. Ignore me.
Let's have a look.
Oh God.
Actually, yeah, well, they could have just been like, yeah, cool. Market this with Avril Lavigne. Have a song, like Rascal Flatts, "Life Is the Highway." Boom.
Oh yeah, because that song fits the film.
No, I just meant in terms of like an Avril Lavigne song. Insert one of her songs and then go from there.
I guess, but she wasn't like a huge character in it.
Oh, she was just Heather. Just the other thing.
She was just there.
But goddamn, I actually had so many of these as cuddly toys when I was younger. I definitely had an RJ. I definitely had a Vern. I definitely had a Lou.
I had, I remember a Hammy toy.
Yeah, I think I might
Obviously,
have had a Hammy toy.
growing up, you always, or at least I always thought Hammy was like the funny one because he's jittery, he's funny, he's fast, he's crazy. But as you said earlier, he sucks. There
He's...
were a couple of funny moments, I will admit, where the cookie's involved and RJ throws it, and Hammy just goes, "But I like a cookie." That made me laugh quite a lot, and then he says it again at the end, and it made me laugh.
Oh, there are like when when Vern first goes through the hedge and thinks he's like trapped, and she just like gets her butt out ready to go, being like, "I warned you," ready to.
The amount that I saw Stella like just lift her butt was crazy. Because I thought like just rewatching it, I didn't really remember what her character was used for. And at the beginning, I noted Stella about to spray the hedge. This is probably all her character is going to be used for. It is used a few times. However, later on in the film, when the cork comes out, oh my god, what was that scene all about?
Oh, that scene made me chuckle.
Oh, bloody Vern with the cork. Hey, yeah.
Man was ready to plug her up, and then she like randomly gets a fling on with a cat, and I was just like, well,
The cat brings one of my favorite moments to the film when he yells Stella. I'm not gonna recreate it, but it was one of the best moments for me. And then just after, when obviously the whole, the gang gets discovered by the angry lady. I don't know her character, whatever. And then she just like, yeah, I'm a skunk, by the way. Hold your nose, and then just fucking aggressively fucking like bombs the house, and then the cork ends up on the street somehow. It's like, how violently did you push that out?
extra hard.
Oh, yeah, that was weird.
Stella was probably mine. I also like, although Vern's annoying and he has to be annoying for the film, I think Vern's like my favourite character randomly. He just, he's just trying to be a humble guy for the people, looking out for them, being like, yeah, folks, this bark's real good. Lots of fibre.
I'm gonna respectfully disagree with that. I think Vern is the worst character.
I just find him cute in a weird
him.
way. Yeah, he is very annoying for the film, but
It sucks, man. Like, there's just for me, the character just doesn't have any depth. Same with RJ. Like, they're both just very two-dimensional. You can tell what they're gonna do as soon as anything is said or done. Like, Vern's gonna hate everything because he's cautious, whatever, and RJ's not gonna care. Blah 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 blah. And yeah, I just didn't like either of them. My favorite character, personally, was Ozzy. I thought he was great. Good fun watching him pretend to be dead all the time. Very good. And when they first get to the hedge and Hammy calls it Steve, and he goes, "Oh, great and powerful Steve!" It made me laugh way more than it should have done. But yeah, not a huge fan of Vern personally.
no, that's okay. I think if I had to say, it's probably like I would quite happily have like a mini series of just like Lou and Gladys as the Hedgehog family just existing.
Yeah, I could watch that. It was cute. Watching the little ones like discover junk food and then play video games and then drive a car. It was entertaining. And when I'm not sure which one of them does it, when the when they land on the TV remote towards the end of the film and the THX logo and the big sound plays.
Whoa!
And he's like,
then...
"Uh-oh."
Oh shit!
Yeah, that one caught me. So it was pretty funny.
Like, I'm fairly sure I had the PS2 game of this, and I just remember it was a bit like Chicken Little randomly. Like, I had to just collect loads of junk food, which I wish, like, I would quite happily take like a TV show of this, like, updated. It doesn't necessarily have to be the same characters. I would take an updated Over the Hedge TV show, like, with the same type of art style, not like one of these like Boss Baby or Captain Underpants where it changes randomly for the TV show. Like, I wouldn't be about that, but it'd be better than flipping Disney not doing anything other than a live action bloody remake.
Yeah, they can stop doing the live action remakes. No one's enjoying them.
Fuck's sake.
Although, could you imagine a live action remake of Over the Hedge? That would suck. It'd be hilarious.
Bro, I'd take that. Imagine the person that would play Vern.
I don't want to imagine it. If we got to see a naked ass man in the middle of the street, I ain't watching it.
Yeah, the thing at the end with the not the Turdinator, the weird like trap that was used.
Oh yeah.
Fuck, I forgot what the name was.
The Depeltinator or whatever.
Yeah, it was something like, I keep wanting to say like the Turdinator, but it's not.
The Depelter 9 million.
Yeah, the special thing to basically catch the bear and all this, that, and the other. Like when it actually catches, the housing associate lady, the exterminator, and then the bear. The explosion that it lets off is crazy big, like well too over the top. Like that thing was out of like the Earth's stratosphere, like.
Oh yeah.
And the same with the chip explosion, to be fair, but
that made me laugh.
Just
the chip explosion like bomb thing was funny. I think they overdid it with the trap at the end.
Yeah, like that would have literally not just ruined your, like, oh sorry, your garden's bit, like, sorry, the whole fucking town's gone now.
Bro, like it zoomed out to a picture of the solar system and it lit up like a Christmas tree.
And they were the characters were wearing like sunglasses and things, but like things they were holding were melting, and I was like, you would be melting.
It's like one of the fucking hedgehogs pulls out a marshmallow and it immediately sets on fire. It's like, how are you also not burning alive? Oh, yeah.
But no, it was certainly a film. It's not necessarily a bad film, nothing like that. Like there is definitely worse films out there, like Shazam 2. But
I haven't seen it yet. I'm so sad that you've said it sucks, because now I don't want to watch it.
Well, yeah, it's already available to stream.
Yeah, I know, but
that's how good it was, and
damn, how good it wasn't.
Yeah, like you've known me for a while anyway, and I don't think there have been times where I've gone to the cinema and gone like, yeah, that was shit. I didn't have fun.
Oh damn! Is it really that bad?
I went and watched 65 with Adam Driver, and that's the first time I came out of the cinema being like, that was shit.
Damn.
And then I was like, that's my worst ever cinema experience. And then I went and saw Shazam 2 and was like, well, this is my worst cinema experience.
Okay, and this just topped it. Oh.
And then I went and saw John Wick 4, which it was better than both of those, but I wasn't a big like. I still enjoyed John Wick 4, but it just wasn't that good, all things considered. But there was just some bits I didn't like. But it was nice to then go see Mario and then and whatnot. That had a bit of a nice get back into the good shit. So
I did hear, not that it's going to be news to anybody, that the Mario movie wasn't it like the best performing animated movie of all time or something?
Yes, it has done very, very well. I'm fairly sure.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I'm so ready for either just a Mario Bros universe or something piping up to like a Smash Bros universe. That would be insane. Like imagine that. Just imagine that.
I can't imagine a Smash Bros movie would be good. Personally,
you don't want to believe.
I don't want to believe. It would be awful. You know it. I know it.
With the right setup, it could be amazing.
Yeah, but I don't know. It just wouldn't have the same feeling as playing Smash.
Nothing ever can.
Fair point. Anyway, bring it back to Over the Hedge.
What's that film again? A mediocre film.
Yeah, a 5 out of 10 at best. No. There was a good few quotes that had me laughing when they first tried the junk food, and I think what's her name, the mum porcupine, I forgot what she was called. Anyway, she goes, anything that tastes this good has to be good for you. And I paused it and I was like, damn, if only that was true. Like,
if only you weren't
junk food. Oh,
I wonder how long they would have lasted.
It was true.
They just continuously ate junk food.
Yeah, that was another thing. It was just like, they're not going to survive even if they eat all of this. And I don't understand how the bear is still alive either if all he's eating is Pringles. Or
I know, like
Poppets or whatever they were called.
Yeah, the weird, like, I don't know what. The fake fucking Pringles, man, was loving them. But I don't eat, like, it was just, I don't know if did Open Season come out before this, or was this just like a, because this, like, with all the snacks and things, it just reminded me of that as well. No Open idea. Season came out after this, damn.
Oh damn.
Maybe they're like, oh, a bear with snacks. Whoa, a talking bear. We'll take that idea.
We love talking bears.
We'll make him a friendly bear.
The go back to the quotes. Stella when they first meet the cat. Well, not the first meet, the second meet. I don't know when they're trying to infiltrate the house, and she gets like defensive because obviously the cat talks about a stank or whatever, and she just goes, "I got makeup on my butt, dude, and you don't want to know about the cork."
That's like when Stella was like, "I'm gonna gas you so hard your grandchildren will stink."
Yeah.
Imagine farting on someone that bad that the next child they pop out will still stink.
I just wrote down the Stella has what the kids call W-Riz.
W-Riz.
She fucking absolutely had that cat horned up. It was crazy.
Yeah,
He was spilling details. Gave his goddamn government given name.
So you got a name? Yes, it's a Persian name. For I am Persian. I was born Prince Tigerius Mahmud Shabazz.
Exactly, bro.
Oh, that's a mouthful. Can I just call you Tiger?
Yeah. We love him. Tiger was great. Yeah.
I so want to try Girl Scout cookie though. Like, I've literally not had Girl Scout cookies in my...
I will say, the flavour of Girl Scout cookies that I remember from the film, Nina. I have no idea what that means. What is that? Nina? Hello?
We got some fruit in.
I don't know. It sounds disgusting. I want to know if that's an actual flavour.
Google it. Yeah, Google it for me. Find out. Tell me. But I mean, like, it didn't, like, it's not... So if we take it to a comparison for, like, a new film, like Mario, yes, it's smashed box office. Like, that thing's actually nearly at 1 billion at the moment, which is actually crazy.
Damn.
So Over the Hedge had a budget of 80 million, and I don't think, from recollection, it was marketed very well. Like, not to say that it was like a Strange World where it was just no advertising at all, but it still grossed to nearly $400 million, which is still, you know, that's like a good amount. So I think it's done fine. Like, we can always look at other, you know, Disney, DreamWorks, Pixar films and just... Because animated films are just easy to watch as well. Like, it just makes it enjoyable to look at. Like, I don't have too much more to say, just on the basis of that we've covered a fair bit. It's just more bits of, like, talking points now if you want to continue. Like,
I'm basically done talking about it as well.
Man's basic.
Oh, yeah. Quick, I guess, shout out to the X-Men Apocalypse moment that Hammy has.
Oh, yeah, no, I was like, damn, X-Men are ripping that shit off so hard.
That was like 10 years later as well.
I know,
it's like, crazy.
What the hell? That flipping stupid ass squirrel was just always on speed. Like, that man was literally just... How does having coffee make that man?
Faster than lasers, which is that's crazy quick. But yeah, I'm just gonna finish saying, like, overall, it wasn't like awful to watch. It was some cringy moments, but as a kids film about like animals stealing food for a bear, it wasn't like awful. As I said at the start, I gave it like a 5.5. I would rather watch something else, like you said, but if somebody put it on, I wouldn't complain. The example I wrote down, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, only 3 years after, and I personally think that's way better. But, you know.
There's a leak in the boat.
We love the leak.
There's a leak in the boat. Ah! Flint like wood!
Exactly. See, there are no moments in this other than, I don't know, Tiger yelling Stella or Hammy saying he likes the cookie that I would want to reference. Like, they're the only 2 moments that I can think of that were good enough to call out. But there are multiple other animated movies that you can quote on a daily and it'd still be funny.
Aye. It's one of those average animation films that doesn't, like, fall to the, this was kind of something else. Like, I'm actually trying to think of a bad animated film, to be fair. I actually can't think of one off the top of my head. Shrek.
Whoa.
No.
Take it back.
Shrek isn't bad, to clarify. Shrek isn't bad.
Shrek
Shrek isn't bad! I'm just literally... Yeah, like shit. Like what the hell was this food fight from 2012? I've just had a quick Google. That look. I didn't even know there was a fucking Hoodwink too. What the hell?
Oh, I didn't like Hoodwinked. I thought it sucked.
The only thing I remember from fucking Hoodwinked is just the goat that's just like, be prepared, I'll be prepared. This lesson must be shared.
Yeah.
That's literally all I can remember from it. Like half of these, like Open Season 3, I actually don't think I've seen Open Season 3. I enjoyed Open Season 1 and 2. What, Space Chimps 2? I didn't even know there was a Space Chimps 2.
I don't know what Space Chimps is.
A film about chimps that go to space.
Yep, I guess.
What? How is Chicken Little on this list? Fuck off, Chicken Little's cool.
Chicken? I don't know.
Like, it's not good, but it's not like... I wouldn't consider it a bad animated film. Cars 2's on it? Nah, get the fuck off. Cars 2's severely hated on. To clarify, it's not like How to Train Your Dragon level worthy, but it's not like an inherently bad fucking animated film. I think it was...
Cars 2?
Yeah, I thought it was cool to see Meta back in action. Meta gets too much hate.
I didn't. I'm not trying to hate on Meta, but I just didn't think Cars 2 was a good movie. Because it's not about racing.
But Cars didn't necessarily mean it has to be about racing.
Yeah, but that's what they set the first one up to be about. Like, had they mentioned any kind of, you know, spy antics that might have gone on, then I could have got the link, but...
Wow, maybe my taste in animation is just actually really bad. I'm seeing loads of films that I would be like, damn, these are
It's like, all of these films on this list are fantastic.
like Valiant, that's a pretty cool... Jungle Book 2, Barnyard,
Hop. I didn't mind Hop.
Planes. I thought Planes was
admit-
cool.
Shrek the Third being on this list is deserved. That film sucked.
I honestly can't remember Shrek the Third.
Oh, it's the one with Justin Timberlake.
I remember 1 and 2, and that's about it. I don't
Yeah,
really...
they're the only two that are worth remembering. The third
I
one was
think
rubbish,
I've
and then the
seen
fourth one killed it.
Shrek Forever After, I recall, just from the fact that there's this dude with red hair on. And I remember seeing that.
Yeah, lumpy pigskin.
Lumpy pigskin.
Yeah, not good.
Was there a Shrek 5?
No.
Or was Shrek...
It was just like spin-offs.
Yeah, Ice Age was the one that randomly got to like 6 or 7 films. Somehow. Oh, what else can we do with the Ice Age coming for dinosaurs not being about? Oh, we'll stretch that to 7 films.
So there's 7 apparently.
Pardon me.
Wait, did Buck get his own
Yeah,
film?
Buck got his
Oh
own
my
film,
God,
Ice Age 2
that
Adventures of Buck. I don't know if that was a TV show though. No, it was a film.
No, it's a film. It's a film. That's crazy.
I think
I
that dude
watched-
came in when was the last Ice Age film I watched, to be fair.
We're not counting that one as a film. That was an animated short. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6. I watched the first 4.
I think I watched the first 2 or 3. I think the one with the dinosaurs that came in. I think that was the one I last watched.
Yeah, that was 3. I quite like that one.
Yeah, I wasn't too nothing like inherently too bad about Ice Age. It's fine. But 6 films, I don't think it needs to go to 6 films.
Oh, no.
Like, how come that gets 6 and Open Over the Hedge doesn't get a second film? God damn it!
What would it be about?
Collecting snacks. RJ's no wait. Let's take a typical movie too. Like RJ's random long lost brother comes in that's a badass and tries to, you know, ruin everything and bring him back to the hustling life. That I could pretty much picture that being Over the Hedge thing.
You gotta
No,
stop.
Open Season.
It's gotta be open season. No, I get what you mean. I could see some old relative or old friend from his old life that comes back.
Or like Vincent's like cousin comes out of
Secret
prison.
son that he didn't know about.
Yeah, like that literally, you could tell me that Over the Hedge film was going to come out, and I'd be like, okay,
It's like, yeah, I'm not gonna watch it.
I can see that being a thing.
Actually.
That's fine. But yeah, no, we'll leave it there, and hopefully people enjoyed this spectacular Over the Hedge speaking thing.
Over the hedge speaking thing.
Yep.
The review. Are we gonna call it that?
The retrospective review.
Hell yeah.
But no, thank you everyone for listening / watching. Although there's literally just going to be the trailer on screen, so enjoy. I might try and sneak in like Vern's butt every now and then, but it just depends on how I'm feeling. Just a quick
Do the outro.
a quick flash of a green butt. But yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, share, all that stuff.
Best outro.
I know. Take care. Bye bye.